Hi guys, it's Amber Carnes from BodyPositiveYoga.com, and today we're going to talk about Pigeon. After my video Shavasana for Big Butts, I got a lot of questions about Pigeon and how to modify it for those of us who are in larger bodies. So I made a video about that today with 3 options for you to try Pigeon and see if you can adapt it a little bit easier to your body. So try these out and let me know how you do. Here we go. Okay, let's learn option 1 for Pigeon. I'm going to do my right side first. So just come to hands and knees. Step your right hand forward about 6 inches. And then you're either going to lift the left kneecap and take a little hop with your knee forward, or you can just scoot that knee forward this way. Sometimes I can get my knee a little closer to my wrist and a little further forward if I lift the knee and just hop it up like that. And then I'm just going to set that left kneecap down. Now, the left top of the foot comes into contact with the floor, and right now my right shin and the top of my right foot are also on the floor. So what I'm going to start to do is just work my shin, my right shin, a little closer to parallel. I don't want my foot kind of jammed up in my groin, but I also don't want it parallel to the front of the mat. And you can play with the angle of that knee by just moving the angle of the foot, actually moving the foot up towards the front of the mat and letting the knee stay where it is. And so with that little more open angle, I can lengthen that left leg back even more. And you can even take little scooting motions with that left leg. Now you want the left leg straight back from the hip socket. And I'm going to prop this right hip. So I'm just going to take a block and set it under that right hip. And now I have something to lean into. I'm still really getting that intense stretch along the outer right hip, but I'm not hanging in my joints or anything like that. So it feels a little better and more supportive to my body. And now that I feel supported, I can bring that left leg back even a little further to intensify that stretch. So from here, you can certainly stay here with your hands on the mat. If that doesn't feel good and you need to come up some, you can be up even higher on your fingertips or bring a block in front of you and use that as kind of a ballast to really hold yourself up. If you want to make the stretch a little more intense and come closer to the floor, you can bring a block and bring your forearms to the block and rest here. You can play with the height of the block for a more intense stretch, or if it's accessible, you can put your forearms on the floor or walk your hands out. And if you get there and you want to relax into it for a few minutes to facilitate the opening of the hip, you can rest your head on a block as well. Now to come out of this, all I do is roll to the left side a little bit so I can remove that block, and then I just sit on that right hip and swing my left leg around, and then you can switch and do the other side. That's option number 1. Okay, next option for Pigeon is chair and a bolster. All you want to do is just take a sturdy chair and place it on your mat so it doesn't go anywhere, or place it up against a wall so it doesn't go flying when you hit it. And then place your bolster about 6 to 8 inches behind that. And all I'm going to do is come to my knees, reach forward, just brace yourself on the chair, and then bring that front leg over the bolster and assume the pigeon position here. And then all I'm going to do is just roll to one side and bring that other leg behind me and bring my hands to the chair. Now all my weight is on the bolster, and my weight of my pelvis is on the bolster instead of on my knee. You can see my knee's not actually even touching the mat. So if you have problems with your knee and the other one, this could work for you. So adjust to make sure that you're really centered over, your hips are centered over the mat and you're not leaning to one side or the other. And then just place your hands on the chair. Now you can stay here, or if you want, you can lengthen out and bring your head down to the chair, or stack your fists and just rest your forehead on your hands. And I'm still getting a really good stretch here even though my knee is not in contact with the mat. If you're not feeling a stretch, you can always bring your knee out to sort of parallel with the side of your mat and work on getting your foot so the angle of your front leg, again, is parallel to the front of the mat. That's option 2. Okay, if you can't be on your hands and knees, or if any pressure on your knee is giving you problems, we have option 3, which is dead pigeon. I like to use this in class if there's somebody that can't be on their hands and knees, because everyone can do the same thing. Nobody feels singled out, and you get the same great stretch and benefits. So have your strap handy. If you don't have a strap, you can use an old men's tie or a sweatshirt or whatever. You just want to have something in case you need it to lengthen your arms, basically. So I'm just coming to a partial recline position here, lying on my back with the soles of my feet on the floor, knees bent. You can make sure that your back is really in contact with the floor. And you can just lift up and rotate your pelvis so you scoop the tailbone down toward the heels and really relax and stretch out the lower back. And then I'm just going to take my right foot and bring my ankle past my knee so my leg is sort of making a 4 here, okay? And flex the foot just to protect that ankle joint. You don't want the ankle right on the leg. You want the ankle past the leg so you're not putting any pressure on that joint. And then all I'm going to do is work from here. You can keep your foot on the floor and work at pressing that knee away from you, and that's going to bring stretch to that outer hip. You can come up on the toes of that foot and again press the knee away from you gently. See if that brings you any stretch. If you don't feel anything, it's time to pick up the foot. And here you can either reach through and grab the back of that leg. You can grab your pants, or this is where the strap comes in. Thread the strap behind that leg just to lengthen your hands and make it easier to reach. And then pull that left leg towards your chest as you isometrically press that knee away from you. And the closer you pull and the more gently yet firmly you press that knee, you're going to get the opening in that outer hip, just like pigeon if we were on hands and knees. And then just set it down, unwind the strap, bring the foot back down, and then you can do the other side. That's option 3. Thanks for checking out the video. I hope those worked for you. If you have any comments, just leave them below and let me know how those worked for you, or if you had a chance to try them. And if you have any other ideas about how to adapt pigeon for those of us who are in larger bodies, just leave those in the comments and I'll share them out with everybody as well. Please don't forget to visit me at bodypositiveyoga.com and search Body Positive Yoga on Facebook. See you guys next time.